Hey, Chris Duff over at Serious Land Capital, vacant land funding partner. Recording this one late today. I was just driving back from a mastermind event in San Antonio. A lot of real estate guys there, tons and tons of takeaways and realizations that need to sort out. But wanted to give just some of my initial head spinning thoughts on the last day and a half that I was spending both at the mastermind as well as with a sizable operator within the San Antonio area. And we were going over some macroeconomic items during the mastermind and just looking at global assets and actually breaking them out in a absolute dollar sense as well as just percentage wise for um, the total available assets in the world. Yeah, no surprise. Number one is the real estate market at $330 trillion estimated in just total global assets, which was roughly over a third of all global assets in total. And the second biggest amount was bonds at about roughly 300 trillion. And then after that, uh, I'm forgetting the third one at the moment, but equities was number four. And then it kind of drastically decreased after that. And equities was at like a little over 100 trillion. But, that kind of key piece on the $330 trillion of global real estate available is just kind of another reminder of the limited scale that you need in relation to that just monstrous sum. Again, over a third of all global assets, that you only need to carve out just the tiniest sliver of that to set yourself and your family and your partners and employees and all their families and so forth, the customers you service, all increasing their well-being and their own livelihoods to kind of untold degrees. So that was just in my mind, very optimistic takeaway of just understanding that the opportunity here is just absolutely enormous, and to make even a small dent can just go a long way. And that number can just get a little overwhelming. So yeah, where do you start, or where do you consider? And to make it a little bit more concrete, one of the operators in the San Antonio area, he's been in the real estate game, mostly land, for the past 10, 12 years, and has a north of $50 million portfolio split between land and note portfolio. But we were driving around just seeing all of his various holdings or ones that he had sold recently, or areas he's active in. And it's all within like a few, or maybe a slightly larger, but a several square mile area around the San Antonio region, and that's where all of his business is. And to build a 50 million plus total asset business and a relatively small footprint is just again another eye-opening piece of like, yeah, you don't need to do that much to like grow to a very sizable number that a lot of people would consider, that this is a larger business. I mean, in comparison to some publicly traded companies and so forth, it's going to be smaller comparatively. And he was mentioning some of the bigger players that he's kind of gone up against or has been able to interact with. There's always just another level to the game to get to, and that to me was just eye-opening in and of itself, and just the kind of variety of plays within that particular area, whether that's just straight flips or smaller subdivides, whether they're for residential usage, like even 2-lot subdivides. You can throw a mobile home on some of these, or even some major subdivides like 100 plus acres, and doing a full horizontal improvements onto some of those projects, or from a commercial side, going after truck parking lots, warehousing, and auto repair shops, or even just monthly parking for commercial businesses. Like, there was just so many other avenues, and they were all sourced off market as well, or the vast majority, which also goes to show, some of these larger opportunities. Yep, you can still get leads all the same way: cold calls, text, mail. They can still deliver on some of these multi-million dollar opportunities, and just to see it firsthand, some of the value add plays, and some of them not taking that long to really develop out. Some of them are significantly longer. 118 acres trying to do a full major subdivision, but even that wasn't quite as lengthy of a time as you might expect. Maybe a dedicated 2 years or so of prep work, and maybe another year-ish to fully dispo out the finished lots. Like, there's definitely some interesting paradigms here. So just wanted to mention some quick thoughts there. At least what I saw there. There's other takeaways I need to write down, or I can do another podcast later. Just worn out, tired, but I wanted to get my initial thoughts out here to share with you all, and just again serve as a reminder of just the you can scale your operations to whatever level you'd like, and again, you don't need to do as much as you probably think you are to build a much larger business than you might have ever expected, if you really focus down into your key niche and deliver on quality service and quality performance to yourself, and again to your customers and partners. So just optimism from that perspective. Just to share a brief overview there. Again, if you have deals to be funded, seriousland.capital. Land Due Diligence is where you can find us for zero cost reviews of your land deals, and landpricer.ai for any of your deals that you would like to price as accurately and simply as possible. With that, take care.